Shalom. Today's lecture is devoted to bring together Judaism and Christianity. Judaism and Christianity have been enemies from the time that Christianity was established. Christianity representing Christ and the Messiah of freedom, and Judaism representing the religion and against freedom and for a national cause, which is the biblical nation of Israel. Shortly after Christianity was established, after crucifixion of Jesus and then his resurrection, the Roman Empire adopted Christianity as its religion. So Christianity began in opposition to religion, that is Judaism, and later on it became a religion. Not only that, the Roman Empire went out to conquer the world in the name of Jesus. Later on came Mohammed and Islam, preaching religion similar to the religion, the way Judaism preaches religion. Islam was against making images of God, and Christianity was devoted to revealing Jesus as their God. And they built statues. A conflict between Christianity and Islam, which led to bloody battles between the Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Empire. Judaism was in the background, fighting for its own survival. Today, Pope Francis is trying to bring together Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. He's made a statement recently that Christians and Jews are partners in the Bible. As you know, the Christians, they accepted the Old Testament, they added onto it a New Testament. They are partners in the Old Testament, but they added onto the Old Testament the New Testament, while Judaism was already established and as a religion, and Judaism is against changing the religion that was received by Moses from God. That this religion, Jewish religion, is eternal and it cannot be changed. Christians added onto it the New Testament, and the addition that they added on to Judaism was that there is a Godhead. Judaism had no Godhead. God was to the Jewish people unknown and not revealed except through the law of Moses and through the fulfillment of the law of Moses. The concept of a Godhead was considered in Judaism as idolatry. Islam also, they considered the concept of a Godhead to be idolatry. The Zohar was revealed 800 years ago to bridge the gaps between religions through adding to religion knowledge. In the Zohar is revealed knowledge of the Old Testament that was never revealed before, or was known before but was suppressed. The Zohar teaches a goal for all of mankind, not only to believe in God with simple faith, but also to know God. However, in religion, it's taught that you cannot know God. And Moses, even on Mount Sinai, did not know God. He only was received to know the back of God. And he was shown by God what the Jewish people wear each day. That is the phylacteries, and the knot. There's a knot in the back of the neck of the phylacteries. Religion teaches that we cannot know God. Christianity brought into religion an attempt to know God. This was to know God and His mercy, that to reveal God as the attribute of mercy. So, in Christianity, God is revealed in the attribute of mercy. But nevertheless, in the religion of Christianity, God is not revealed. It's preached that Jesus is God, but Christians accept Jesus as God with simple faith, without questioning, because that's what's being taught to them in the scriptures. When Christianity was made into a religion. And the religion taught that Jesus was born through immaculate conception and that Jesus is God, the Trinity, the Father, the Mother, and the Holy Ghost. And these scriptures are accepted by Christians with simple faith. And in the Crusades, they went out to spread their gospel. And they did many atrocities, which are even being revealed today. Like in France, there have been revealed atrocities that were made by Christians. And Pope Francis has recognized them, and he is very much hurt. It hurts him to see the damages that were done through the Christian church. And in Canada also was revealed certain atrocities. And Pope Francis, being the Pope, the head of the Catholic Church at the Vatican, so it's on his shoulders to hear these words, and they're not lies. At the same time, there's a movement in the world towards bringing religions together and uniting them in a way of peace. Peace is a unity. It's a unity of opposites. A man and a woman are opposites. But when they are brought together under the wedding canopy, they are united together. So the three religions are connected to polarity. Each one represents a direction of faith to connect to God through their scriptures and through prayer or through sacrifice. Each religion, especially we'll talk about Judaism and Christianity. Christianity is one pole, and Judaism is a second pole. Two religions, and one independent from the other. Now I'm going to show you something here stored in the Zohar about this topic. As you see, there is in the middle of two lines the letter Aleph. The two lines represent polarity. These are the two poles, right and left. Right and left lines. In the middle is the letter Aleph. If you look at the letter Aleph, you will see that it is has at the bottom a line down, at the top a line up, and a line in the middle. In other words, it's also their polarity in the letter Aleph, but it's united by that line in the middle. So our goal today is to make a line in the middle to connect these two lines, right and left, to connect what's called right side of spirituality with left side of spirituality. And their connection will then, through their connection, will then be revealed this letter Aleph, which is in the middle, which is the universal faith. Even though the Torah begins with the letter base, that's the second letter, the 10 Commandments begin with the letter Aleph. So the Zohar says that the Torah begins with the letter Aleph. That's the whole purpose of the Torah, to reveal the letter Aleph, to reveal the universal faith. And it has to be revealed in not at one time. It can be revealed at one time, but it has to be revealed in stages. Since it combines, the universal faith combines right and left, male and female. First has to be revealed the aspect of male or right in spirituality, and then has to be revealed the aspect of left in spirituality. And when these two aspects have been revealed, these are two religions, then can come Pope Francis and David Wexelman, your teacher today. Then we can come to try to unite the two sides together. We have to find a way to bring together these two sides in a way that each religion will continue to be separate. Right line and the left line will continue to be separate from each other. At the same time, we will build a unity between these two sides and make then the letter Aleph, the first letter in the 10 Commandments, which is the main purpose of creation, to reveal that letter Aleph, the unity of God on earth. The letter Aleph is connected to the name of God. It's, you see, there is above Yud and below Yud and a line in the middle. It's numerically equal to 26. The name of God, which is written in the Torah, is also the numerical value of 26. So our goal is to reveal the name of God in the world. And that is through uniting these two lines, these two religions together, which is Judaism and Christianity. Christianity has a Godhead. Judaism is against a Godhead. In that way, Judaism is considered Antichrist. But nevertheless, Judaism today has accepted the teachings of the Zohar. The teachings of the Zohar are esoteric Judaism, which is connected to the secrets of God that are in the Old Testament that have been suppressed and are now being revealed through the Zohar. So it was discovered 800 years ago, and it was studied by the sages. They didn't decide to burn it. They accepted it. Nevertheless, they did have different opinions about how to teach the Zohar and how to read, how to approach reaching to the goal of the Zohar, which is to reveal the unity of God on earth. That is the letter Aleph. The two vowels, the two lines on the side, are two opposing religions, which is Judaism and Christianity. In Parsha Vayakel, which I was learning yesterday, it says there that spirituality begins with, on the highest level of spiritual consciousness, it begins with a light of God, which is completely hidden in the creation. It was the beginning of all creation. And this light is called Atik. It has in it 3 parts, which is 3 spirit of Keter, Chokhmah, and Bina, which is the crown, the wisdom and understanding. And it's completely hidden. Not only that, it says about Atik, this level of spirituality, that there is only male and there's no female. There's no left side. There's only one side, which is male. So therefore, Atik is basically the concept of Godhead. It's basically revealed in the Torah at the burning bush. It was revealed when Moses was told that he had to take off his shoe, which means that God said that you have to separate from your wife. And Moses separated from his wife because he was 80 years old. And he lived separately in the camp in what's called the tent of meeting. He represented to the Jewish people this level of Godhead or Atik. At Mount Sinai was revealed the name of God, the existence of God that was in the Garden of Eden, where Adam was alone, without a wife, without sin, completely pure mind. connecting to the tree of life, which is to this level of spirituality where there is only male and not female. The story goes in the Garden of Eden that Adam and Eve, they worked very hard to get Adam to accept to become the father of the children of Chava, Eve, and to populate the world. So Adam began initially on the level, a revelation of the level of spirituality called divine freedom, Atik, and Adam gave up his freedom to come into the world and build a dwelling place for God in the world. Moses revealed at Mount Sinai this level of spirituality called Atik, but the people opposed that there should be a nation of Israel with a Godhead. They wanted to build a nation believing in God with simple faith. That is, however great Atik is, how high and spiritual, in Judaism, in Islam, God is unknown. He is the source of everything, and also the source, the creator of Adam, the creator of Atik, which is the supernal crown. So we have two conflicting sides. One side of spirituality connects to Atik, which is the supernal crown, the beginning of all life. The other side connects to God, being omnipotent and above everything, a God that we cannot know. So, what do we know about God? According to the Zohar, we know two important parts of knowledge of God. And they are Atik, God as he was revealed in the Garden of Eden by Adam, and God as he was revealed at Mount Sinai, and then later was revealed through Moses, the law of Moses, and through religion. So these are the two sides of spiritual knowledge. One is the knowledge called Atik, which is the beginning, and the other is the side of religion, which is to believe in God with simple faith, and that we can't know God. Like it says in the Psalms, How could we know God? But we can know the supernal knowledge. The supernal knowledge is known. So what is known from God is the supernal knowledge, which is Atik, and also the knowledge of a God that is revealed in religion. Because Atik is not revealed in religion. Atik is revealed through the universal faith. But it's only part of the revelation of God. The complete revelation of God is the unity of the universal faith, which has in it spiritual freedom and religion. These are the two sides. Christianity and Judaism. Christianity, Jesus was revealed in resurrection as the revealing in resurrection connection to Adam in the Garden of Eden. And Judaism, not looking in that direction, but looking to build a dwelling place for God on earth through religion. Today, people need not only to believe in God, but they also have to know more than just the simple faith in the scriptures that they were given. The scriptures basically are given also for children and for families. But not people grow up. They start as in the womb of the mother, and they're born, and they're in the cradle, and then afterwards they are become teenagers, and then men and adults. So the Zohar has been given for adults to know more than just what is offered to them in religion. To know, because religion basically is saying not to study esoteric studies, and not knowing God is not important. Just to believe in God is important. But in Judaism today, especially in the Hasidism, which came to bring the Zohar and its teachings further and further into the world, that the well springs of the Zohar should be spread out in the whole world. So Judaism today does have in it schools that study esoteric studies of Judaism. But nevertheless, Judaism still doesn't have a Godhead. And it will never have a Godhead. It's because God is one, and he can only have one Godhead in the world. And who is this Godhead? Or you can have two Godheads, but one representing the universal faith and one representing religion. And I want to make it simple for you to connect to what I'm saying. Here is a picture. Here is Pope Francis. And there is a picture of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, of blessed memory. His memory continues, and we keep his memory alive. Pope Francis is left over from the remnants of the Byzantine Empire, which fell to the Ottoman Empire, and they have today a small settlement in Rome called the Vatican, and he's the Pope. If there is a Godhead, that Godhead is Pope Francis. On the other hand, we have now in Judaism, we don't call him a Godhead, but we call him the Messiah, the son of David. That's the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And he is the representative of religion. While Pope Francis represents as the Pope the universal faith, so our Mashiach in Judaism is the Lubavitcher Rebbe, representing religion, Judaism, and religion in general. Religion is the connection to God through simple faith, and the universal faith is the connection to God through knowledge, uniting together the two sides, the two lines on the side, in the way that we see it here, where the Zohar says this is the knowledge of God. It's not so hard to understand. You have the Pope there. He's representing the Messiah, the son of Joseph. And then there's the Lubavitcher Rebbe representing the Messiah, the son of David. They're two Messiahs. Together, they unite to reveal the Aleph in the middle, which is God, that we can never know. God will never know God. Only we can know God through reuniting together the two Messiahs, or through simple faith, each person connecting to his religion and believing in God with simple faith. So now, through the Zohar, has been revealed a second aspect of spirituality, which is the unity of God, knowing God, connecting to the universal faith, which unites together Judaism with Christianity, Pope Francis with the Lubavitcher Rebbe. But please, 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 don't publicize this, because the Lubavitcher Rebbe is against speaking or making a connection between Judaism and the universal faith. That he is basically anti-universal faith, because Judaism and the law of Moses that was given to the Jewish people is against the universal faith. So I'm taking the chance to teach what I'm teaching. I'm living in Israel, and I'm taking the chance, the same type of chance that took Jonah. Jonah lived in Israel, and he went out of Israel to the city of Nineveh to reveal the universal faith. At the end of this story of Jonah and the whale, he was very depressed because Judaism does not allow a Jew to reveal the universal faith. It's against the law. The study of Kabbalah is very new. And those that studied the Kabbalah were persecuted. The founder of Hasidism, the Baal Shem Tov, came into the world about 350 years ago, devoted to spreading the Kabbalah. And he received opposition from the establishment. And Pope Francis is receiving opposition from the establishment in the Christian Catholic Church. He recently made a statement after he had the operation that he's happy to be alive, but he knows that many people wanted him to die. Jonah trespassed on Jewish law when he went out to proselytize to non-Jews. And Baal Shem Tov was told by the Messiah to go out and to proselytize, to spread the word, and to spread the knowledge of the Messiah to the whole world. That there are two sides to spirituality. While in each religion, they're teaching that there's only one side. Either there's only Jesus or there's only Allah. We have to go out of our boundaries sometimes. And a Jew may have to sin for the sake of God. That is, to reveal the universal faith. It's considered a sin, but it's for the sake of God. At the same time, in religion, there isn't really complete self-sacrifice for the name of God. Religion is for the sake of religion. And those prophets of God that were in Israel, like Isaiah and Yechezkel and Jeremiah and the other prophets, they had to, in order to prophesy, they had to sin. But they had to watch their words. Elijah sinned. He went out to Samaria and he built altars outside of Jerusalem. And this was considered a sin. When he came back, he couldn't be prosecuted for what he did because he went up into heaven in a cloud. He was no longer around. He was alive, and he's still alive, and he's teaching, he's proselytizing, teaching the Kabbalah. He's teaching the Zohar, and he's teaching to those people that are merit to receive him and his teachings. So we have in the universal faith, we recognize first that we cannot know God. But at the same time, we don't rely only on simple faith. We connect to the universal faith and God is revealed through the universal faith between by connecting the pontiff with the Lubavitcher Rebbe. That is Christianity and Judaism. And now people can be happy because they will not only be ordered and commanded to believe in God, they can believe in God through faith. They can believe in God through knowledge. The knowledge is limited, but it brings the whole world closer to God, especially in today's days when we really need a closer connection to God. God should help that we should connect to God through following his law and also connect to God through the connection to the two messiahs, and should be revealed the third Messiah connected to the third eye, which we have, which is the inner eye, the eye which is connected to the heart, to love and peace. The holy temple should come down from heaven. The Messiah should be riding on a chariot, help bring it down, and we should be forever and eternally happy